This found he graven in the tender rind, and while he mused on this uncouth writ, him thought he heard the softly whistling wind, his blast amid the leaves and branches knit, and frame a sound like speech of humankind, but full of sorrow, grief, and woe was it, whereby his gentle thoughts all filled were with pity, sadness, grief, compassion, fear. He drew his sword at last, and gave the tree a mighty blow that made a gaping wound. Out of the rift red streams he trickling see, that all but bled the verdant plain around. His hair start up, yet once again stroke he nor give over till the end he found of this adventure, when with plaint and moan, as from some hollow grave, he heard one groan. Enough, enough, the voice lamenting said, Tancred, thou hast me hurt. Thou didst me drive out of the body of a noble maid, who with me lived, whom late I kept on live. And now within this woeful cypress laid, my tender rind thy weapon sharp doth rive. Cruel, is it not enough thy foes to kill, but in their graves wilt thou torment them still? I was Clorinda, now imprisoned here, yet not alone within this plant I dwell, for every pagan lord and Christian peer before the city's walls last day that fell, in bodies new or graves I wot not clear, but here they are confined by magic spell, so that each tree hath life, and scents each bough. A murderer if thou cut one twist art thou. As the sick man that in his sleep doth see some ugly dragon, or some chimera new, though he suspect or half persuaded be, it is an idle dream, no monster true, yet still he fears, he quakes, and strives to flee, so fearful is that wondrous form to view. So feared the knight, yet he both knew and thought all were illusions false, by witchcraft wrought. But cold and trembling waxed his frozen heart, such strange effects, such passions it torment. Out of his feeble hand his weapons start, himself out of his wits nigh after went. Wounded he saw, he thought, for pain and smart, his lady weep, complain, mourn, and lament, nor could he suffer her dear blood to see, or hear her sighs that deep far-fetched be. Thus his fierce heart, which death had scorned oft, whom no strange shape or monster could dismay, with feigned shows of tender love made soft, a spirit false did with vain plaints betray. A whirling wind his sword heaved up aloft, and through the forest bare it quite away. O'ercome retired the prince, and as he came, his sword he found, and repossessed the same. Yet nold return, he had no mind to try his courage further in those forests green. But when to Godfrey's tent he approached nigh, his spirits waked, his thoughts composed been. My lord, quoth he, a witness true am I of wonders strange. Believe it scant though seen, what of the fire, the shades, the dreadful sound you heard, all true by proof myself have found. A burning fire, so are those deserts charmed, built like a battled wall to heaven was reared, whereon with darts and dreadful weapons armed, of monsters foul misshaped whole bands appeared. But through them all I passed, unhurt, unharmed, no flame or threatened blow I felt or feared. Then rain and night I found, but straight again to day the night, to sunshine turned the rain. What would you more? Each tree through all that wood hath sense, hath life, hath speech like humankind. I heard their words as in that grove I stood, that mournful voice still, still I bear in mind. And as they were of flesh, the purple blood at every blow streams from the wounded rind. No, no, not I, nor any else, I trow, hath power to cut one leaf, one branch, one bough.